Hi guys, it's Leslie. Welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, then you know that I talk a lot about my weight loss, going from 120 kilos down to 70 kilos. And I also talk a lot about the harder, darker, deeper parts of that entire journey. And today I wanted to talk about how happy I am that I went through those times. Because I talk a lot about how hard it was and what I had to do to overcome it. But today I just wanted to say that I'm so thankful for those darker times because they really pushed me into who I am today. They shaped me, they made me turn inward and face my shadows, face the parts of myself that I was ultimately ignoring. And I was brave enough to actually do that. I was brave enough to actually face everything instead of letting them eat me alive. When I was at 120 kilos with the power of my mind, I was able to say that this is not how I'm living the rest of my life. This is not how my life ends. And by myself, I stood up and I said that from today, I'm going to start making the changes. And I did. It was a hard journey, obviously. Getting up to that weight takes a long time. Being that at that weight is hard, and so losing the weight is going to be hard as well. And I knew that. I knew that it was going to be hard. And instead, I used that darkness to really fuel myself into becoming who I am today. I used the hard times and I really transmuted it into fuel, into this passion and drive to become a better person. And I'm not just talking about physically, I'm talking about emotionally. I faced my shadows, I faced my traumas, my darkness, I faced my past, and that helped me. But still there was obstacles. Honestly, every obstacle only made me better. Because in my mind, I knew that that was not how I was living. That was not how my life was going to end. And so, like, when you're at a weight that heavy and it's just ruining your life and it's dragging you down, it's harder to be at that weight than it is to lose the weight. And it might not feel like it at the time. But if you've been overweight or if you are overweight, you know just how invisible you are to the world. You know how almost disrespectful people are towards you. You know how hard it is to do basic things. And it was so just, every day was hard. And so I knew that on the journey, it was going to be hard, and it was. But I stopped playing victim, and instead I started taking action and accountability for my choices, for what goes into my body, for moving my body every day. What choices and decisions I was making it to ultimately live a better life. Because the life that I was living was not good. It was hard, and it was isolating, and it was lonely. I didn't want anyone to see me when I was 120 kilos. I didn't want to participate in like family events and stuff. I didn't want anyone to see me. I was hiding. And it wasn't until I started to, take that accountability for myself did I start to see results. Because it's not like anyone else could have told me anything that was going to make me better. No one is going to tell you anything that is going to make you better. You have to do it. You have to stop playing the victim. That we all can be a victim. We go through hard things and we're like, okay, well, this happened to me, and so this is why I am like I am. But instead of saying that, you are kind of holding yourself back from your own happiness. You're holding yourself back from being a better person. It was hard, but that does not mean you should stay in that victim mindset, because you are only dragging yourself down. You are only making your life so much harder. I was making my life so much harder because I was telling myself that I've been through all of this, and so of course I'm going to feed myself. Of course I'm going to do this. And that's valid. But there comes a time when you have to say that I can no longer be the victim. I have to take accountability for my actions, because ultimately these things happen, you know, these traumas and these hard life events and whatever it is that makes us eat so much food, you know, this binge eating and all of these things, they happen, but we are ultimately the one in control. We are the person who is putting the things into our body. You know, whether you're dealing with food, caffeine, drugs, smoking, whatever it is, whatever addiction you have, ultimately you are the one in control. So stopping playing the victim and starting to take accountability for your actions will lead you to a much better life. And yes, it's hard, but it's supposed to be hard. Finding peace and fulfillment and happiness it actually comes along the way. You know, there's no final destination, but to feel that, you have to take the first step. You have to take that accountability and say, this isn't how my life ends. This is not who I am, and I can't be this person. I can't live like this anymore. You have to do it. I had to do it. And I am so much happier. Every day I wake up and I don't even have struggles getting out of bed. I don't have the fear of walking out in public and worrying about what I'm wearing or anything like that, because I went through all of that, because I lost all of that weight. You know, a lot of self-respect comes as well. A lot of self-love I learned. And so this going out in public like I'm good, I can do so many things because I feel good with myself. And I'm not saying that you can't feel good with yourself at any other weight. I am proud of myself at 120 kilos. I was proud of myself for still being there. Like, I'm proud of myself at that weight. She was dealing with a lot. She really was. She was dealing with so much. But at the end of the day, she wasn't happy. And she was the one that decided that that was not how we are going to live our life. And now today I'm here. I'm 70 kilos. I'm 5'10". So a lot of people have been asking that, but yes, I'm quite tall. I am happy. I'm at peace. I don't think about my weight. I'm not constantly worrying about food because I have a healthier relationship with food now. I'm not constantly looking at myself in the mirror and nitpicking things because I have learnt self-acceptance. But what I'm trying to say is you are the only person capable of making that decision. And if we're going to bring time and dates into this, we have 1 more month until the end of the year. And then there's a whole brand new year. But if you just started today to take some accountability, you already have like an entire month. And yes, there's holidays and everything, and you can enjoy your life. I lost the weight to enjoy my life. But what I'm saying is, you don't need to wait for the new year to take some accountability. You don't need to do that. We can do that today. It was probably a random Tuesday that I decided to make the changes. It wasn't some grand time. It wasn't a new year. It was just a random Tuesday or whatever day it was. So yes, I'm glad I went through the hard times. I'm glad that I had to face all that because it made me a strong person. It made me a better person. It showed me what I could handle and I did it. And I've kept the weight off now for quite some time. I'm happy. I'm at peace. I'm fine. I'm good. Now I don't have to worry about my life problems and my weight, you know? In fact, my life problems have probably dimmed since losing the weight. Definitely. So take some accountability today for what you are choosing to do, because it is a choice. Take that accountability, stop playing the victim. And yes, this is a little bit of tough love because we need that. But just look at yourself, look at your actions, take that accountability and decide that you no longer want to feel like that. If you were dealing with something like an addiction, decide that you no longer want to feel like that. Because you will find that peace. You will find the happiness and you will find yourself. And that's all that I really wanted to come on here and talk about today. So I hope this helped. Make the change today because no one else can do it for you. Only you can. Thank you for watching and I will see you in the next video.